What's up, Gila Golfers, and welcome back to episode 2. This week's episode is titled Getting Into the Game. We've got a great show lined up for all of you tonight and lots of special giveaways. So just chill and stay with us.
Yes, we do indeed, Sean. We have a fabulous show lined up. Today's episode is titled Getting Into the Game, where we're going to look at how to make golf more accessible to everyone, regardless of how old you are, how much money you have, what gender you are, male, female, or otherwise. And to help us out with that, we have a very special guest, the co-founder and CEO of the Deemples Golf app, who is a big advocate of making golf more accessible, David Wong, who will be joining us slightly later.
That's right, Jono, and making the game more accessible is crucial for its development, as building the base of the pyramid creates a strong foundation for golf to grow.
Correct.
Now, for today's show, we do have 3 segments coming up after this. One of it is called the Turn.
Yep.
The next one is called the Gila Challenge. If you all remember last week, I won that. We have a new challenge this week. And introducing our brand new off the factory line show called the G Spot. I like that, bro. I always hit the G Spot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, anyway, so speaking of a G Spot, there's quite a few stories that hit the G Spot over the last few weeks. First and foremost, this week, Malaysian ladies number 1, Kelly Tan, is playing in the first major of the season, the ANA Inspiration at Rancho Mirage in California. So Kelly's did very well last year, and this will be a second tournament. She didn't play really well in her start, a bit rusty, 2 months off, but she's now raring to go to get her, who knows, maybe another best major finish by a Malaysian for Kelly at the ANA Inspiration. We wish her all the best. And also on ladies golf, we have our other touring pro, Genevieve Ling, who has been stuck in Malaysia for quite a while, with the regional tours not being able to take off. She plays in Taiwan, China. But being Genevieve is really resourceful, she did a crowdfunding exercise last month, and she managed to raise enough money to fund herself to go and play on the Women's All-Pro Tour in the United States. And I think Genevieve's leaving tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Good luck to Genevieve. I'm sure she'll do well. We'll be watching her. Genevieve's got a strong social media following on Instagram and YouTube. She calls it Golf with Jen on YouTube. So that played a big part in helping her get enough money. Yeah, correct. Because a lot of people who didn't even know her personally chipped in. So well done, Jen. We wish you all the best. We'll be following your progress, and hopefully we'll have a segment with her crossing over from the US.
That's right, Genevieve. All the best from the Gila Golfers crew.
Yeah, and still on ladies golf, there's a bit of news coming in from the HSB Women's World Championship in Singapore, which is towards the end of April. They've announced quite a few new star players, including Nasa Hataoka from Japan. So it's going to be a fabulous event. We have virtually, I think, 6 of the top 10 players, including the world number 1, Jin Yang Ko, the defending champion, Park Sang-hyun. So it's going to be, like we mentioned in the last show, there's going to be protocols in place, for COVID-19 to make sure everyone's safe. There'll be limited crowds. So we'll be bringing lots of updates from the show. And so stay tuned to the Sweet Spot. And finally, close to home, just a couple of weeks back, Callaway Malaysia organized a special launch for their Epic Series at Saujana Golf and Country Club. It was, I think, probably the first real big scale, semi-big scale that to control the crowd launch in a few months here. It was a great event, great products, and we actually did a video.
We did. Let's have a look.
When we first introduced GBB Epic, which was somewhere in 2017, we launched the two new bars that featured to mount the top and the bottom crown. to enhance stability of the face in terms of to reduce the bursting of the face. So this year, what they did is they've actually made way better improvement by creating this frame. This frame locks both vertically and horizontally to improve ball speed and also to improve average ball speed. We have received really good feedback, and that shows it's going to be an epic year for us.
For this, I'm using the Mavic Sub-Zero. So it's a nice product also. When I get the LS, when I try it out in the driving range, the first thing I notice is it's quite, how can I say, is when you, even the miss-hit shots, it looks okay. So when I take it down to the golf course, what you find out of it is it's much more easier to handle.
Currently, I switched to Epic Max. What I experienced is that I picked up some club head speed as well. On top of that, what I realized on the first few times that I hit it is the dispersion of the driver that I get, the experiment, is that compared to the previous driver head I used, the dispersion was so much better, I would say, right? And the control, I think it feels better as well.
I'm using the Max LS now. Compared to my Maverick Sub-Zero, I tried compare the two together. The best part is like the two mishit my Maverick. I didn't hit it good either, and I didn't hit it good with the Max LS as well. It carries longer. And even I bring out to the golf course, when I was hitting that, you feel like you had a push, you know, they have like a push right, kind of like you're gonna fade all the way to the right, but it tends to straighten up.
There you have it, framing the future of speed. The team from Callaway Golf Malaysia.
It was definitely an epic event.
Correct, and even after. Dragged me to. I ran away, but I understand you got caught till quite late.
Yeah. Saujana is popular to be a small black hole for the Pereira clan.
Yeah.
Oh, we would like to welcome all our regulars to the show. And I think there's a very good highlight by Mr. Mazro Mansour about Sean bringing his guns to the show. I'm not sure how we noticed that, but and we also have a newcomer on our show all the way from South Korea, Mr. David Shin.
Hi, David.
Hi, David. And yes, you are my brother-in-law too, sir. Vivian, hi, Vivian, Kevin, Peter, Luke, John. Everybody, thanks for joining us and thanks for sending us your...
And how can you forget Elizabeth?
Of course, I did not forget Elizabeth Chrysostom! Always on the spot. Woo! Regular.
PJ, Kevin Chan, Kevin Yip.
Yeah, everybody's on the show.
And yeah, Kelly Tan. Kelly's on the show.
Kelly's on the show?
Yeah.
Ah.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. There's going to be some giveaways.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. So before we bring David David onto the show, here's a rundown of our special giveaway quiz for today. We're going to have 5 questions, right? Posted towards the end of the show. And all you have to do is answer them correctly in one comment. So after the show, answer the questions. All right. A lot of you were very eager to answer the questions last week. And our producer just went haywire, not knowing who to give it to. So the first... we're not giving to the first 5 answers. We're giving to three lucky winners. We got 3 caps who answer 5 questions in one comment.
Correct.
End of the show, and we do not have a timeline. We will cut it off by tomorrow, so you have about 24 hours to answer the question. 5 questions, 3 caps to give away.
1 comment. 3 winners.
5, 3, 1. Get it?
Yep.
So pay attention, and that is what John just showed you, the Cobra Golf Tour Crown Cap. That's right, that's it right here. Do not miss out the opportunity because it's a beautiful cap. Pay attention, and the questions will be posted end of the show.
Yep.
Right?
Like Sean said, stay tuned. The answers will be hinted or shown during the show, so pay attention. Okay? And now I think we'll be keeping David backstage long enough, and we know he has a lot to say. So let's bring David on.
David. What's up, Gavin Green too?
Hey, Gavin.
Hey, David.
David.
What's up, brother?
What's up?
Good thing, man. You played golf today?
I didn't play golf today, and it's
You were actually working.
I'm working every day.
Okay.
Hey, David. As the founder of Deemples, where's your dimples, bro?
I grew too much meat here, so it disappeared. It used to be here when I was leaner. It's gone. It's terrible.
It's gone.
How did the name? I mean, obviously the name Deemples came from the golf ball, the Deemples. But why the double E instead of the I? And how did that come about?
So when you look for names these days, right? There's no point like driving and being inspired or going to the beach and being inspired, right? Because whatever you think of, you're like, oh, that's a really good name. And then you come back and you try to register it, .com. Oh, no .com.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, there's no way to think about it anymore. Let's just sit in front of the computer, GoDaddy.com, and just like think of names. So we just thought of names, and it's finding like, Dimples. Well, definitely Dimples doesn't have it, right? Yeah. So we just changed it to like EE, and like, oh, there was. Let's just do it. So that's the terrible story to tell. But I guess like, I guess like all the dimples in the ball, that just
it makes sense. It makes sense.
All the people bringing people together.
And the dimple instead of dumples or something.
Yeah. No, but I heard him. He said GoDaddy.com.
Yeah.
Luckily, he didn't say SugarDaddy.com. But anyway, GoDaddy.com.
Big Daddy is watching. Okay.
Big Daddy is watching.
Anyway, so that was about 4.5 years ago when Deemples was founded. So right now I think you have 25,000 users in 6 countries. So tell us how that came about. How many of you were co-founder? So who else was involved and why did you form it? So forth, so on.
Oh, wow. Okay, I need to like rewind all the way back, right? I mean, really, initially,
this photo will refresh your memory. Who are these guys?
So the guy on the left that looks like Mo Salah, he's still actually in the team.
Does,
yeah, he's our CTO and he's from Syria. There are 2 guys behind. Those were the initial guys that launched the first version of Dimples. So if you guys have seen the really light blue version, they are the ones who launched it. Now they've focused on doing different things, and now Dalin, the Mo Salah guy, is the CTO. So anything that has to do with the app, he's the guy. Yeah, that's how it got started, right? But I guess to tell the story, it wasn't something like I wanted to build. It was more like I wanted to just solve this problem that I couldn't play golf whenever I wanted to play, and it was always dependent on the friends that I had that was available. And me coming from a golfing family, or I didn't have any friends that started to play golf with, right? Then it was very tough for me to play. So it was easy for me not to play golf. But I was very thick-skinned. I just really wanted to do it, right? And I was thinking if there were solutions for like, I mean, a stranger can come pick me up. A stranger can deliver food to me. I can go on a date with a stranger, right?
Yeah,
but I can't.
So why not golf? Why not golf?
Why not golf, right? So I was searching.
Like Tinder.
Like Tinder, right? I mean, you can go on a date with a stranger, right? It's not a new concept. It's a normal concept already, right? I was searching for solutions all around the world, and you could see, some people doing it here and there, but they weren't very successful. So I'm like, man, this doesn't solve my problem because there was nothing here in Malaysia. I wanted to play here. So it wasn't very difficult to think about it. So I'm like, well, let's just do it. So we did it. And when we did it, we didn't think that it was going to be something that a lot of people would use, because everybody told us like, nobody's going to play strangers, right? We all have our own friends already anyway, right? And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. I just built it to solve my own problem, right? So within the first 3 months, we got like 2,500 downloads. And we're like, whoa. Yeah. So people are actually using it, because at that time, and I asked them like, hey, why? They're like, oh, well, I mean, there's so many other apps out there that you can use to book, but you can't book if you have nobody to book with.
Yeah, it's like booking a restaurant without a date.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know all about that. I know all about that.
Yeah, Sean speaking from here. So this is your current team. Perhaps you could introduce the people first.
So that's
Mo Salah in the middle. Yeah,
Mo Salah's in the middle, right? Man, he's just going to be known as that now. But the rest of these guys here, they're all the developers. So these are the developer teams, and they are all not here in Malaysia. but they are working, full time with us. There's another team. There's another picture. That's probably all the teams here in Malaysia. So we have a few marketing people, a few customer success people. So I think all in all, we have about 10 people now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you explain the core premise for Deemples to find golfing mates, basically create golf games, find people. But you've also extended that into a payment solution for golf clubs to use. So how's that been coming along? How many clubs have taken it up?
So again, it wasn't something that we did from the beginning. It was more like golf courses started posting games so that people could join instead of golfers posting games themselves, because the golf courses
So the
thought,
golf clubs started using the app to create their own games. Okay, that's good.
so because the golf courses were thinking, why do I let people decide where they want to play? Why don't I just post my own games and then golfers can just join my game? So I'm like, oh, that's a brilliant idea. Go ahead and do it, right? But after that, then they also decided, hey, why don't we allow they said, why Deemples, why don't you allow us to accept payments upfront from these golfers so that we know for sure that they're coming? And they're like, oh, that makes sense. So we kind of built it in for them, and now golf courses are using the platform to accept payments upfront from golfers, just like how airlines, hotels, movie tickets, it's all down this route these days. So it's not a new concept again. It's just something that the golf industry just didn't do.
Okay, but how many clubs are using the Deemples Pay?
For payments, we started end of 2019, and then the whole COVID came about. I think now about 13 clubs.
13. Oh, that's quite a few.
13? Yeah.
I believe Danau, Sri Selangor are using.
If I can just Danau, Sri Selangor, Montres Kinrara, Mines Golf Club. Mines is on as well. Selesa, the club, Siriamas.
That's Sri Selangor, I think, in the picture.
Formosa. This is Sri Selangor. They're running a 30 ringgit promo off it if you pay via the app. So it's just a lot of incentives on how they want to shift people to move to the digital space. Reduces the burden of the staff at the golf courses and just automates the whole process.
And that's not all. I mean, you're also, I believe, you launched the equity crowdfunding campaign to help finance even more features, including an automated booking platform.
Yeah.
So what's the progress on development of that part of the app?
So the crowdfunding was actually end of last year, September to be exact, right?
Didn't do too badly, I see.
Yeah, so that was what was raised from actually users and also friends as well. Half of that actually came from current Deemples users, half of that came from friends, and then the government actually topped up another half of that, which is another 400k. So total, we raised about 1.4 million.
Malaysian government.
The Malaysian government, yes, Malaysian government.
Wow.
Malaysian.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, wow.
So the Malaysian government topped up another 450k. So I think we ended up with 1.4 mil. It was really designed to extend further our feature set, to get into the more booking features of the golf course. We are not completely done with that yet. I mean, as a product company, as I learn as I go along, there's just so many things to think about. You get thrown curveballs every day from products, from marketing and everything. Yeah. So we're not there where we need it to be, but we're actually experimenting and research, and it's all underway right now. So I think in the next few months, you'll see something that golf courses will be able to use on their own website.
Okay, online booking platform.
Yeah, it makes it easier. Yeah.
Interesting, David. Just there's a key feature that you've got on your system, which is the user-driven handicapping system. Now, a lot of our players out there want to know that what is the differentiating factor between the platform that you have and those that are frequently used out there
in most countries,
right? And how do you make it wire-proof? It's
very
the key question.
Yeah.
I guess like the calculations are all the same, right? So it's not like we invented a handicap system, right? Everybody uses the same calculation method, so it's all the same. The only difference that we try to do is so how this started was like, and I always like to tell stories. So golfers said, hey, I don't want to play with this lousy player. I don't want to play with that lousy player, right? Or I don't want to play with this good player because I'm a beginner, right? Can you let me just put in, my handicap so that people know that I'm a 30 handicapper or somebody knows that I'm a single handicapper, right? Then I'm like, okay, I could do that, right? But then again, people here don't really declare the handicaps correctly. So even if you let them declare the handicaps, everybody will just be putting, some people will put too high, some people put too low, and it doesn't really make sense. So
it's not a real reflection of their ability.
Yeah, so it's just void anyway, right? So I was thinking, well, it doesn't make sense for you to input your own handicap, but you can let other people input your own handicap and how to do that, right? So at the end of the game, just like how you rate a player, like how you rate a Grab driver, right? 5-star, 1-star, right? We were already doing that anyway. So we thought, hey, instead of just doing that, why don't you let the other player submit your score, right? Like you see this screenshot here, you see this is hosted by me because I'm playing there, and then there's like 3 other people that I'm playing with, right? But you can see the rate and score button on their names, but you can't see a rate and score button on my name because this is my screenshot, and I can't click and I can't rate on my own score.
You can't rate yourself.
I can't score myself. I can't rate myself. So sometimes if I say, hey bro, I got a very good score today, don't submit for me. It's really not up to me, it's up to them. So for our system, we need 2 people to submit the same scores for me for it to count and show for handicapping purposes. We really care that the handicap is trusted more than it's actually recognized. So this is something that I think a lot of people will ask, and they always ask, hey, is this recognized by the national, or the MGA or something like that, right? And we would love for it to be recognized because of the efforts that we put in. But I think we care more that it's actually trusted
within the Deemples community.
Well, actually, with anybody, it doesn't matter because we're not stopping anybody from using it, right? It's free. So even if you play amongst your friends, a lot of them now, actually, we can see that they post games just to get the handicaps, keyed in after the game. That's what they do. Yeah.
Okay, hold that thought, David. We're going to come back to you. We're going to do a quick short break. Before that, we've got to answer a question from Mr. Kevin Yip. Yes, sir, we do have enough 100 plus tonight. It will be flowing all night. And don't go away because we're going to come back with second round of Q&A. And we're going on to our co-host, Miss Marika, who takes us on the iconic Saujana Golf and Country Club in the new Volvo S90 T8. Inscription Plus for the second episode of The Turn.
Yes, and joining Marika at Saujana is the club's friendly giant, Fauzi Ishak, who will not only show us how to play the signature hole, but also talk about the club's history. And Marika will also sample and rate the club's fabulous food. So
take it away. And don't disappear from the show, Kevin. I'll come up to you after this.
With 100 plus.
With 100 plus.
Hi everyone, welcome to the second episode of The Turn by Gila Golfers, where we give you a sneak peek into the good, the great, and the Gila awesome of golf courses in Malaysia. I am your host Marika, and today we are at the iconic Saujana Golf and Country Club just outside of KL City. To make the journey even more unforgettable, I am behind the wheels of the awesome S90, Volvo's flagship executive sedan. Introducing the T8 Inscription Plus, the top-of-the-line model in Volvo's S90 range of sedans. In addition to a super smooth ride and Volvo's trademark safety features, you'll enjoy a world-first air quality system in this amazing ride, with its advanced filtration technology. In this beauty, you'll be breathing clean air during your ride and will enjoy amazing audio entertainment with the Bowers and Wilkins speakers that are perfectly positioned to deliver sound quality that is super clear. I'm dropping my golf bag here and heading down to the parking bay in my sleek ride. Parking is made very easy with the Volvo S90, as the high-definition cameras give you a 360 bird's eye view, helping you effortlessly move in and out of any confined space. I've secured my spot, now we can head up to the golf course. Saujana Golf and Country Club, one of the icons of Malaysian golf. Located on the outskirts of Kuala Lumpur and just a few minutes' drive from the Sultan Abdul Aziz Shah Airport. This club has set numerous milestones for the country since opening its doors in 1986. Sojana boasts two superb golf courses, the Palm and the Bungaraya, each with its own distinct character and challenges. Carved out of an oil plantation by American architect Ronald Freem, the Palm course challenges golfers with tree-lined fairways, dramatic elevation changes, and super fast greens. Famously dubbed the Cobra for its bite, it has hosted the Malaysian Open on no less than 8 occasions and was also the venue for the Maybank Championship from 2017 all the way to 2019. The Bungaraya course, meanwhile, is a pretty parkland-style layout, which is just as challenging. Flora and fauna are abundant here, so keep your eye out for the mischievous monkeys, massive monitor lizards, and colorful birds. The rustic Sojana clubhouse has a distinctive Malaysian-style architecture with wide open spaces and excellent facilities. Today we are here at Sojana's world-renowned signature hole, Hole 2 of the Palm course. Known as one of the great par 3s of Malaysian golf, this stunning hole placed 200 plus yards off the back tees over a ravine to a broad 2-tier green. Getting on the putting surface is no guarantee of par, as 3 putts or even 4 could be the result if you wind up on the wrong side of the pin. Today we are here with Mr. Fauzi Isak, Senior Executive at Sojana Golf and Country Club, and also a very good golfer. Thank you so much for joining us. Would you please start by telling me why this is considered the signature hole on the Palm course?
All right, Hole 2 Palm is voted as the most difficult hole in Malaysia. Over 200 yards, no fairways, ravine, guarded by 2 bunkers, 2 tiers greens, and severe undulation.
As a golfer, what is the safest way to approach this hole, and what should I really avoid?
There's no safest way to play this hole. You need to hit it onto the green with the correct club, otherwise you are in trouble. All the way.
So Mr. Fauzi, for my third question, please tell me about the pin placement for this hole and how a golfer would attack it.
With a correct yardage and a good club selection, we'll get the ball onto the right sections of the green. And then if you are on the wrong side of the green, it's a 3-putt territory. But the most difficult pin placement on this hole is the front pin. You need to be precise, because if you're over, definitely a 3-putt territory. And if you're short, there's a 45-degree and 2 bunker slope waiting for you.
In a recent interview with Asian golf legend Sheila Han, he mentioned how this hole changed from then to now. Please explain that to me.
Well, back then, this hole, the green was too severe. And now, after the renovation, we make it a little bit easier for all the golfers, but it's still tough.
Fauzi, can you hear that? It's my stomach growling. I think it's time we head back to the clubhouse for some makan.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Nice one, Marika and Pauze. We will be back with you for the second episode of the 10 soon. But don't know, I just love how Pauzi put my nerves to calm when he told me about if I don't get on the green, there's a 45-degree bunker waiting for me on hole 2.
I know, I've been in a bunker many times, which is actually quite good for me because most of the time I wind up in the ravine, and I think there's hundreds of my balls there, golf balls. Anyway, Gavin Green in the house.
Hey,
Gavin.
Bro, I didn't know you liked me so much. I didn't know I was your favorite golfer. I admire your golf too, Gavin. I admire your golf. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Ken. Welcome to the show. Thanks for watching.
And let's bring David back.
Yep.
David.
Yo, David. How did you like that? How did you like the segment?
I liked it. It was very good. It makes me want to play there, but I don't play there very much.
Have you played Sojana?
I played at Sojana before on both courses. Not easy at all. I like easy stuff because it makes me feel good.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. How about the amazing courses, right? Especially the Palm. I mean, it's got so much character.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, speaking of clubs, let's get on to the second part of the talking about making golf more accessible. getting into the game. Members clubs in Malaysia, a lot of them are having trouble getting, how would I say, getting younger members to join as members. Do you think this whole membership model thing needs to change, to suit what the younger generation wants?
I really
The
think it's
traditional
really,
club model. The
Mm,
traditional club model.
I really think it depends on what the club wants, right? So I think every club wants different things. Some clubs really care about just providing a home for golfers. And that's what, a traditional club model will provide, right? But some clubs are also very profit driven, which then maybe a membership club doesn't work as well, right? Because we've heard so many, I wouldn't say complaints, but feedback from golf courses that are memberships, and they say some membership clubs are very rich, right? That's why they stay membership clubs. But there are some membership clubs as well. They're like, we're not making enough money. The members don't really spend much. They just come here, they just pull the trolley. They don't even eat here. They will walk 200 meters and fill the water cooler, right? And they don't spend any money, right? So if the club wants to provide a home for golfers, then yes, I think a membership club still works, and where golfers want to come and be familiar with people around there. But if it's a club that cares about making profit, then a lot of them now have already started to buy back memberships and make it a public club, which is it's just different strategies. I don't think it's good or bad from the club's perspective. From a golfer's perspective, it's also not good or bad. It really depends on the type of club that you want to be part of. Like for me, for example, I belong to the type of people that don't like commitment. So I like to play everywhere, right?
You like to play the field. Play the field.
I'm okay with commitment. Okay, I'm just putting out there. Okay, to my wife out there who's watching, I'm okay with commitment. Okay.
But there are some who like familiarity, and they like to go back to the same club, the same people, the same format of play, the same time.
Kind of like where everybody knows your name, like your regular
Cheers.
bar kind of thing.
Cheers,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah. So
where everybody knows your game. Everybody knows your game. I just got a slogan for a members club.
Yeah. Especially when Ken Kudu goes to RP, everybody knows his game. Anyway, okay, and on a related note, David, now tell us, you're talking about tradition and all that. Now, how do you convince the older golfers to log on to your app, to use the technology like the Deemples app? How do you convince the older crowd?
I wouldn't say like we need to convince a lot, right? It's either they will use it or not, right? I wouldn't say age is a factor, because I thought our oldest user was 65, but I just found out that we have another oldest user that is now 74.
Wow, that's my golf score.
Kevin Gill watching. Hey, Jon and Sean shooting 74, sir. 74.
For one night. Per nine.
Per nine.
Anyway,
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, you're saying, David?
No, so when I asked them, because I get really curious, right? And I asked them like, hey man, 74 years old, wouldn't you be playing with all your friends? Like, where are all your friends? Do you play with them? They're like, yeah, I used to. I say, where are they now? Oh, they're all dead. I'm like, oh, okay. Right?
God bless their souls. God bless their souls.
All right. But then again, I asked some friends, I'm in my 30s, right? And I asked some friends as well, hey, why don't you just get on Deemples? Because they're, hey, David want to play or not? I say, like, I can't play, but it's a bunch of people waiting for you to play with, right? Get on the app. They're like, oh, this kind of technology stuff, don't tell me. I'm like, okay. So I realized that it wasn't an age thing, it's a mentality thing. So our goal is not so much to convince the older people or convince the younger people. It's more like, how do we make the product easy enough and it will add value to you, and that's why people will use it. I think the reason why a lot of people use the Deemples app is because compared to a lot of golfing apps out there, right? And golfing apps are never as smooth as the apps that we use, like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, all, because they have like thousands of engineers, right? Engineers, software developers, UI, UX guys, right? So we don't have that much resources, but we still focus a lot on making it the smoothest product, easy to use, clean design, so that people feel, I can use this. It's easy to use.
Do you have a demographic of the Deemples user? Age groups, gender?
So it still goes up this way. I think the highest points are 25 to 45 and getting to 50. So it continues to move.
So I'm
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
median. Right center. My partner always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's people in the golden years actually using the app. That's good actually. Pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Anyway,
also,
talking about again on that age thing, but now we're moving and looking at golf in general.
yeah.
I think golf in general, you're finding that maybe less and less young people getting into the game. It's been a problem not just in Malaysia but worldwide for quite some time because there seem to be a lot of barriers to taking up golf. You got to take lessons, got to buy expensive equipment, get a membership, so forth, so on. What do you think needs to be done, to make golf more accessible to a broader cross section of the population in Malaysia, in the Malaysian model?
I really don't think it's a price thing, because yes, it's relatively more expensive than a lot of other sports. But I like to say it's right in the middle, right? So you got like the cheaper sports like badminton, football, and the masses, basketballs, and all this, right? But you also have like more expensive sports like horse riding and motorsports and water sports and all this kind of stuff, right?
Cycling.
Yeah, cycling is expensive as well, right? I think golf is right in the middle here, but it's not so much about making it cheaper. It's just putting information out there because there's just a lot of barriers in there that people think it's expensive, right? There are some people that I know that before even getting into the game, they're like, oh man, so I need to buy a membership? Like, how much is that? It's like 200K? Oh shit, I can't play, right? So, but there's a lot of places. Malaysia is one of the cheapest countries in Southeast Asia or almost maybe the world to play golf at because you can play like what 9 holes at Bukit Utama for like 30 ringgit and you can do it, right? And you can go out for a meal for 30 ringgit as well. But I think it's not so much about lowering prices. It's more of making that mentality and that information more accessible to people so that they know where to go, who to ask, what to wear, all that kind of stuff. What we always advocate to, and who's the gatekeepers of this, right? I would say these are the academies because you need an entry point to it, right?
Yeah, we have a picture of me, one of the academies being flashed right now with the coach. Yeah.
Correct. So that's Coach May, right? So what she does is she posts a lot of sessions on Deemples. So even though you can't find anybody else to go with, and you're not sure how it is, and you don't have to go and get a big package that costs like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 ringgit at one go because you don't know what you're investing in. You can just go for a session for like 50 ringgit, 60 ringgit, just to understand what it's all about. And once you get your foot in the door, that's when you're like, oh, well, maybe I'll hate it and I'm not going to play anymore, but at least you had the chance to actually like it. So that's what we're always advocating to academies, coaches, and stuff like that. Just make it easy for people to come in. Once they're in the game and they want to improve, that's where they'll continuously invest into improving themselves. Yeah.
So David, you mentioned like club like a Bukit Tama, you can play 9 holes or 30 ringgit, but I think in Malaysia, we don't have enough of these, especially out of the Klang Valley. Like in Australia, they have the municipal courses in virtually every suburb, but I think you pay less than 10 Aussie, go out in a pair of shorts, sneakers, carry 2 or 3 clubs and just, you think that will work here? I guess Malaysia land would be a big issue here.
I think it will work if there's more demand. The reason why there's only so few golf courses is because the demand is low. So if you look at the number of golfers in Malaysia, there's 300,000 golfers in Malaysia for a 30 million population, which means the density of golf first is only 1%. As compared to Australia, like in the picture, right? These are the guys using Deemples in Australia. In Australia, 1 in 10 people are golfers. So the same population that Australia has, they have about 30 million people or even less. But they have like 3 million golfers. So that's like 1 to 10 instead of here where it's 1 to 100. And like for other countries in Southeast Asia, it's even lower than that. So like the density in Indonesia is like 0.1% actually. Indonesia, Thailand is also low, all under 1% in terms of golfer to population density.
It's kind of a chicken and egg thing, right? You have less public courses, you have less golfers, but you'll need to increase public golf courses to get more golfers. So it's somebody's got to start it somewhere. So obviously, probably.
Actually, a very good example.
Allocate land for public courses like a park, perhaps. 9-hole par 3.
Actually, a very good example now is in Indonesia. If you look at Indonesia now, the amount of golfers that just came up in like last year, we call them the Corona golfers, right? Is immense, right? So driving ranges are packed, everything is packed, golf courses are packed, right? So when they're all packed, that's where there's more demand for new golf courses to come on. Whereas in here, Malaysia, right, the only golf courses that are packed are right here in Klang Valley, right? But if you look at the others like Malacca or like Ipoh and all, they're not packed, right? So if they're not packed, then there won't be any demand for any new golf courses at all. Yeah.
That's true. It is a business after all. I think.
Yeah, David, we've got a question from our viewer, Toby. Toby Yunas wants to know, when do you have the academies and where?
It's really not us hosting those sessions, but I think we can see about 3 or 4 academies posting sessions on Deemples. There is Golf Smart from Tropicana. They have sessions every weekend. There's Lim Siu Ai at Masters Golf Professional at Glenmary. They have sessions every Wednesday and Saturday, and I think also Coach May. And Coach May has a variety of sessions. So she has like short game sessions at Valencia. She has putting sessions at Glenmary. She has driving range sessions at Glenmary as well. So she has actually 9-hole golf course sessions as well, like teaching sessions at the club as well. So there's a variety of them. All you have to do is just go to Deemples and just search lessons, and you can see all the lessons coming up. Yeah.
Alfred Chong just commented as well. We need more public courses, and it has to be value added. Good point, Alfred. Thanks for watching again.
Yeah.
So what do you think of Bryson DeChambeau and the long drive type of razzmatazz that he brings to the game, David?
Yeah, you think that helps make it more relevant to the younger generations? What Bryson does, it's like in your face.
I don't think it's, I wouldn't say
look at those arms, it's like woohoo.
That looks like Sean's guns.
Yeah, David, I like you, sir. I like you, sir.
Look at the amount of top puts on the shaft. I mean, but seriously, I think Bryson's bringing the game to a whole new generation, right? Like a bit like we're not quite to Tiger's extent, but at least we're seeing something that makes the game more relevant to younger people.
Anything that is out of the norm and very out there, that is entertaining, would always generate buzz, and buzz is always good for the sport. So you could be doing really good stuff or really bad stuff, whichever way, go one way, and I think that would catch people's attention.
Agreed, David. Now don't go away. Because I got to just highlight the fact that my partner just mentioned about the torque on the shaft. Just like Sean, like you said, Sean's arms and all that, Sean's torque on his shafts always give that kind of results. Always. Now, we heard Marika's stomach growling just now, so let's get back to part 2 of the turn, and we'll be back with David Wong, Deemples, torque on my shaft. My torque, my shaft.
Fauzi, can you hear that? It's my stomach growling. I think it's time we head back to the clubhouse for some makan.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hi. Welcome to Sajana Golfers. This is our menu.
Thank you. Wow, everything looks really delicious. What would you suggest?
Okay, how about the beef burger and the satay? It's very popular here.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I'll have both. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
This coconut water is ice cold and so refreshing. I always feel like I'm on a tropical island somewhere when I order this. Thank you so much.
Okay, this is our satay. It's a best taken with the peanut sauce. Please enjoy your meal.
Thank you so much. Satay really is a must-have Malaysian dish. It's a grilled meat marinated in local spices and added with a thick sweet peanut sauce. The meat is really, really soft and juicy, and the peanut sauce has just got the right amount of spice and sweetness to complement. If I had to rate this on the Gila scale, most definitely a Gila Awesome. So next up we have what they call the Golfers Burger. made with a lovely beef patty, caramelized onions, and some gherkins. Let's try it out. That is one good burger. That beef patty is soft, juicy, and absolutely full of flavor. Let's try out some of the French fries. I usually like them crispy, so this will be a good test. Really good. Without a doubt, this is an absolutely Gila awesome meal. Now that my stomach is full and very happy, I'm here with Mr. Fauzi at Sojana's Wall of Fame, where he is going to tell us a bit more about the big tournaments and famous golfers that have played here.
Well, we hosted most of the pro events over the years in Saujana. One of it, the biggest amateur event in the world, which is the World Amateur Golf Team. For the men, it's under the Asian Hour Trophy, and the ladies is the Espirito Santo. It's the biggest amateur team event in the world. And of course, we've been hosted the Asia Tour, the European Tour, and also the LPGA. And part of it, the best event and all the good players that we have is back in 2001, where all the big name, the legend was there. And you can see on the wall, Vijay Singh, Xavier Ballesteros, Darren Clark, and on, all the list is going on. So that's one of the best year that we had in Sarjana for the Malaysian Open.
I really had a fabulous time here at Sojana Golf and Country Club. Thank you so much to Fauzi and his team for their great hospitality. The golf course is truly fantastic. There's just so much history here, and the food is amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you on the next episode of The Turn. The Turn is sponsored by Cobra Puma Golf, Volvo, Sime Darby Swedish Auto.
Wow, that was amazing. Now I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too, bro.
I'm really hungry in my stomach. Okay, let's bring David back for last few questions.
Last few words, but before that, I think we need to talk to our production team. How come Marika gets all the yummy food and coconut water while we just get plain water? I got to talk to them.
Actually, I was there.
I
actually finished this.
Okay, let's talk to David before I get depressed. I don't want to get more depressed. Let's go.
Okay, David, this is just, we're kind of done with the serious questions. So this is just something that I want to put you in a little bit of a spot before we let you go off. So we're going to flash a picture. So this photo went a bit viral a few years ago. So perhaps you could explain who these people are, where this is.
Saya cari teman.
Do you have their phone numbers, kind of thing? Yeah.
I actually do have their phone numbers.
Hey, my man.
You're the man.
My man, David, my man. Now you can see my nipples coming out.
Okay, how long ago was this? This was during the early days, right?
I think this is 2018 when I was frequenting Jakarta a lot.
Why?
Why? I think a lot of users in a lot of golfers were using Deemples in Jakarta, and that's where we wanted to share even more. And the golf courses there were very supportive, so they started putting up a lot of these banners up. And there, I think the main thing in Indonesia golf is hospitality. Right? I mean, clearly you can see in the picture here, it's all about service. I think
keywords.
These are the registration staff at one of the clubs, I guess.
Correct. This is at Sentul Highlands Golf Club.
Okay.
So it's not down to Bogo yet, but in between, close to Bogo already, right? I think there's a few golf courses around there. This is right in the registration office, and they just took a picture, as simple as that. There's similar pictures in multiple golf courses as well. Somehow, this picture actually got shared around everywhere, and some people started
I
to.
wonder why.
Well, also actually some people. I think the main thing was they photoshopped the middle part and changed a little bit of words in there to make it a little bit more vulgar, and
Wait,
that's how it got.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it made it a little more vulgar. I don't want to say what words those were, but it got shared around a lot. I guess publicity is publicity,
I
right?
can imagine what word they used to change. Probably they changed golf, I guess.
David,
Maybe that.
I do not mind hospitable, vulgar service.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Never mind. Anyway, it was in Indonesia. So how's Deemples? You got a lot of users in Indonesia right now?
So there are still, I think most of the people that use Deemples in Indonesia are two types of people. One are the expats over there, and one are the younger golfers over there. Somehow, it's not really caught on with like the older crowd, but the younger golfers, younger local golfers are using it, and also the expats, the foreigners. Yeah.
David, just a quick one. One of our viewers is asking, there's a huge market and interest in golfing equipments. Will there be anything in the pipeline between Deemples and golfing brands to provide educational sessions? Good question, Jason. You win a smile from all of us.
Yeah, educational session. This is something I think we're always working on with brands. Ultimately, the more people play golf, the more they will buy equipment. So I guess that's where a lot of partnerships can be formed. We haven't done much yet. I think earlier on we were doing a few. I think Titleist was doing a few demo days using Deemples, so people could just register for the demo days, and they got something extra if they registered through the app. And the reason why they wanted people to register through the app is because later on they could kind of engage with them as well, because there's a game chat in there, even after the game as well. But we haven't really pursued down that route as we've been focusing more on getting golf games in for now.
Okay, David. Oh, wow. There's another question.
One more question, David. So from John Ong, what can us current users do to help Deemples convince clubs to take up the payment system?
You sound like you know John.
Yeah, you know John?
John.
Well, I know John. Yes, John also is a user as well. I think Jason just now was a very heavy Deemples user as well. So I thank all you guys that are users, and which has helped us, come to where we are. But the only thing I think less of you actually going to knock on the doors of the golf clubs for us. What you can do is to continuously use the app wherever you can. I think that would help already.
Yeah, but I guess payment solutions are even more relevant right now. Where you want as little human contact as possible. With COVID and everything. So we hope that takes on. It's good. So. Anyway, David, thank you so much for being on the show.
And guys, stay tuned. We still have 2 more segments of the show to come up, but we're just thanking David now so he can have a break and watch our brand spanking new segment called the G Spot while he chills behind. Thank you, David. We'll catch up with you soon. Guys, coming up, our next segment. Before we move on to our next segment, we're now going to have David. Cheers, buddy. And
thank you.
Big smile to all the Deemples users who tuned in. All right, guys, so before we go on to the next segment, we want you to have a look at the all-new Puma Original G. And we'll be back with the G-Spot.
Hi guys, welcome to another unboxing video with me, John Tay. Today, we are bringing the streetwear look back with the Puma Original G golf shoes. These shoes are from the 2019 Puma collection, and although they are not from the latest collection, they deserve the spotlight as they have received many fantastic reviews. Designed with premium Atlantis leather, the Puma Original G golf shoes gives a sleek look along with great support and protection. Not just that, The hidden traction outsole provides an excellent grip and better performance on the course without compromising the classic Puma look. These shoes are the perfect blend of performance and heritage. Spikeless golf shoes are becoming more popular with avid golfers. So, if you're thinking about switching, do give these shoes a try. As for the color options, you can get them in either peacoat black or the classic white. Not only can they be worn on or off the golf course, they are also made to be waterproof, so you never have to worry about getting them wet. So, what do you think? Ready to add these shoes to your collection? Head to Puma Golf's website now and get yours while stocks last. Be sure to follow Gila Golfers on social media to stay updated on latest golf news and unboxing videos like this. Stay tuned.
Awesome shoe.
Yeah, good review by our in-house John Tay. Now, guys, we're back with the G Spot, which is a new segment we're introducing to the Sweet Spot. It's our brand new review of all things new in the Gila tunes of golf. Right? It can be anything from equipment to apparels to technology and golf course innovations. Coming right up, first one, Jono, you want to start off with?
Yeah, so one of the Gila tune stuff that came out recently is the King Cobra wedges from Cobra Golf, which is kind of a throwback to the old name of the brand, you know, harking back to its tradition, the history, but it's got amazing new technology, all centered around the grooves, which are much deeper and wider using new technology, and so you get more spin, and it's got a progressive groove design as well, where the lower loft wedges have just the normal part grooves, but then it goes longer and longer as you get into the higher lofts, so you get more spin. So these are going to be available in April. They look amazing. Can't wait to try them out. You know, I mean, like they say, you know, 90% of the game is in the short game. You know, so well, maybe I'll break 80.
Wishful thinking ain't a crime. Now, moving on to the technologies that we have out there for the golf fraternity. Roll number one, we have must-have golf apps for Gila Golfers. Deemples, which helps you expand connections with amazing golfers through the app. It rolls up social interaction among golf peers. Number two, Golf Shot, an augmented reality technology revolving around Golf Shot that brings golf games to life with incredible GPS features. So I can't tell my mind if I'm getting lost again. Number three, Hole 19. It gives you accurate GPS distancing with bird's eye view of the golf course that you're playing with a digital scorecard and a smartwatch compatibility. Number four, the Golf Channel. Golf Channel offers the latest news coverage, live golf, featured video, and leaderboard scores. One of the best apps in town. Number five, Golficity. It is a mouthful just to name it. Golficity is bottled up with news, articles, podcasts, and videos that can be downloaded offline to spark your enthusiasm toward the sport called golf.
Okay, I think Sean needs a break, so I'm going to take over. Let's have a
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so number six, it's All Square, which grants the best deal among thousands of golf courses to users. So you can express your journey as a golfer, and you can widen your network as well. And at number seven, we have Golf TV, where you can watch live tournaments using your phone and keep up to date with golf news updates anywhere, anytime using the app. And you have PGA Tour, which needs no introduction. So you can get 3D shot trails and videos from Tourcast View and hold up for all the golf tournaments and highlight updates. And number 9, it's again a homegrown MGA Online, which is an app where it's a free app for Malaysian golfers to post their scores. You can post reviews, ratings, and also to keep track of your peers. And finally, number 10, The Green, which allows golfers to stay connected with golf buddies across many countries. and features such as golf handicapping, live scoring are included in the app. So this you have our selection of the 10 best golf apps currently out there.
And now moving on to our fashion segment, Jono.
Yeah. So recently, Adidas Golf unveiled their go-to polo collection, which is made from what they call prime green material, which is recyclable material. But so it's an environmental thing where they're on this end plastic waste campaign. So prime green is basically made from recycled products, 40% made from recycled products. But what they've done is they made it into not just good looking, but superb performing golf wear. I tried it out last week at Kota Permai, and it's just amazing. It made me look good. Not that I need any help, but well, made me look better, and I played well. It felt amazing. So yeah, so they've got collections for men, for ladies. Keep an eye on the stores. And you also supporting a noble campaign. It's part of Adidas campaign to end plastic waste by I think 2024. So well done, Adidas.
Well done, Adidas. And now on to golf course innovations. We have a new improved TPC driving range. Check it out.
Once you get you're gonna top up a card on the counter. Once you get a card, they will push you a QR code for the visitor and a membership card for the members. What you need to do is we got 2 kiosks here on every floor. So you select the available bay that you like. Let's say for example bay number 48. You click 48 and you select the time that you desire. 1 hour is 30 ringgit for visitor and 20 ringgit for members. You click the time that you want, scan the code right here, and the ball will dispense.
Yeah, that was so cool. I mean, you don't even have to touch the ball. You just don't touch anybody.
Yeah, I was just distracted.
Don't
just
touch
watching
anybody's ball. You
Genevieve
just
hit
wave
the ball.
Hit your club at the center and the ball pops out. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
All right, guys. So
Anyway.
now we're back to the most exciting segment of today's show, which is the Gila Challenge, which all of you have been waiting for, right? We have this time, it's called the Caddy Up, where I showed John, or John showed me, we're not sure yet. Watch and see who could carry up best in the time frame, and challenges shown and thrown to us by our production team. Now check it out. All right, guys, so today's Gila challenge is Caddy Up. So we're gonna try to emulate a bit of how professional caddies fill up the bags for the pros on the course and find the most optimum space for the items you see displayed here, right? So today's challenge is which one of us is going to fill up the bag fastest.
Yep.
There's no rules to this game. There's no limitations to this game. First in, winner. By the way, we're also going to be using the latest US Open limited edition bags from Cobra Puma Golf. This is your staff bag. This is your stand bag. You know where to go to buy it if you want a bag like this. Anyway, get back to the challenge. On the floor here, we have a few items laid out by the production team. Okay, so John, we want to run through some of the items we have.
Okay, so we got obviously a golf club, balls, keys, gloves, cap, shirt, vodka,
beer,
umbrella in case it gets hot or it rains, and most importantly,
tiger beer.
And in case you get hungry, cup noodles.
Winner has it on the shoulder, ready to roll.
Peekaboo!
Where'd he go? Oh, shit!
game over.
I had to give my partner some time to catch up, but as you can see, young men always win. All the guys, everything nicely packed in, their bags. Team ready for the golf course. Gila Golfers signing off. Winner!
Lucky. Stupid green can.
Yeah, I mean, no other than Mr. AP himself had to throw his bonus items last minute. We were not informed about that. But as usual, you know, if you guys notice, the only one that was catching it on the flyer was woo!
Yeah. Just one mistake. One
Bro.
second. Anyway, we had a blast.
Opportunities come once.
Okay lah, next challenge, I guess.
All right, guys. So now, we'll be waiting for to win this amazing, beautiful cap from Cobra Puma Golf.
Yeah. So we hope you've been paying attention. Questions.
Question number 1.
What is the golf app that our guest David Wong co-founded? Giveaway.
Question number 2.
Which Volvo car model is featured on the turn?
And question number 3.
Name Saujana's signature hole as featured in the turn.
Question number 4.
Which driver series did Callaway Malaysia recently launched? Sorry guys, I think the show's running too long. Anyway.
Question number 5.
This one I hate this question. Like, who won this? You ask.
Who won the Gila Challenge for this episode?
Not fair.
Now guys, remember, please do not answer piece by piece. Answer in one comment. 5 answers. We will choose the winner. We'll get in touch with you. I see all of you are already eager. So please, 1 comment, 5 answers.
Yeah.
And we got 3 caps to give away.
Yeah, Maxwin, 5 answers in 1 comment. Okay, so you have until tomorrow. So take your time.
And please make sure it's all in sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit. If anybody needs a hit.
Manage to count to 5. That's fine. Okay.
There you have it, guys. We got all good things have to come to an end. It was a beautiful evening with all of you. Thank you for spending your time. We got to say goodbye, but I would like to say our appreciation again to Mr. David Wong.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show, David, and thanks to all our viewers, those regular ones, many who we've not had before on the show. Thank you for watching. You guys make this possible, and the others who make this possible obviously are the sponsors for the show, without whom we would be here. People like Cobra Puma Golf, Volvo, Sime Darby, Swedish Car Auto, and Saujana Golf and Country Club. And Fauzi for being such a great
Fauzi, Marika, Jason, all of you did a beautiful job. Hope you guys like all our segments for the show, and we will see you same time in 2 weeks' time. I'm going to give John some time to recover from the loss. Till the next time, guys, Gila Golfers signing off.